Hey YouTube, dude, I'm so excited about today. I am making salsa. This is springtime and salsa is my niche, y'all, because you know that I'm from California. I've told you that so many times. And this recipe, actually, I have a little story for you. Okay, so when I was working in Whitefish Bay, when I lived in Wisconsin, I met this girl and her name was Lupita. She barely spoke any English. And she was cutting up a bunch of stuff in the break room, and I was like, what are you doing, you know? And she's like, I'm making salsa. And I was like, what? So she showed me how to do it, and ever since then, I have been making it, and I'm telling you, it is a favorite everywhere I go. It is amazing, and it's so simple. Like, she literally just chopped everything up right there in the break room on her 30-minute lunch break, and it was amazing. So I'm going to show you guys how to make it today. And then Zach is going to show you how to make some homemade chips. Alright, so look, I've got everything chopped up right here. I have like 8 Roma tomatoes and 2 beef tomatoes. I saved one so I could show you how I chopped it up. And I have 2 small to medium sized onions. I have 4 lemons, and I have like 8 limes because they're freaking tiny. So, and I got them from the farmer's market. Buy locally, guys. If you can, if you're in your, you know what I'm saying, in your neighborhood, in your town, buy locally. Don't buy from big grocery stores and stuff. It's just, you know, support your local farmers. It's super important that we do that, okay? Alright, so I have like 8 limes right here. They're very tiny. Usually you only need 2 to 3 limes and 2 lemons, okay? But I'm going to show you a trick to get the juice out of them, because you need all the juice you can get. I'm going to put them in the microwave for about, I don't know, 30 seconds, because there's a lot of them, maybe 40 seconds, okay? And when you heat them up like that, it brings all the juice to the surface, and you can just squeeze them right out, and all that juice comes out. Alright, so here I put 4 to 5 jalapenos in here. Remember, I told you when I was making the enchiladas that the bigger the jalapeno, the less hot they are. So these were like really big jalapenos. If you're going to use small ones, don't use as many. You cut them, look, cut the top off of it, slice it in half, and then take the veins and the seeds out, because that's where the heat is in the veins and the seeds, okay? So, I'm going to show you how I sliced them up. I saved one of each just to show you how I do it. Now, remember, you know, you can use a chopper. You can use a chopper if you want to, but girl, I'm old school and I do not be messing with that. I would just rather chop it up by myself. It takes longer, but I like chunks in my salsa. I want to taste that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so I am just chopping up. It's that simple. You slice it. And remember what I said about your knife, y'all. This cheap knife with a serrated end, one part serrated and one flat. I'm telling y'all, don't be buying them expensive knives. They suck. They go dull. Anyways, okay. So we're just going to slice this in slices like this. And we're just going to chop it up, chop it up, chop it up. And y'all, I'm telling you, every time I've ever made this salsa for anybody, dude, it was gone. It was so gone. Give it an hour. That whole bowl fucking be gone if you, like, you know, go to a party or a get-together or something. It's done, son. Alright, so I used 2 medium to small onions, and I just cut them in half this way. And then I cut them in half again, like this. Okay, like I said, you can use a chopper, but I don't know. I don't know what my deal is with that. I think it just makes it too small, or purees it, makes it too, I don't know. I'm just old school. It is what it is. Alright, so I'm just going to chop them up, and you know, I like a lot of onions in my stuff. Y'all know that. You should know that by now. If you've been watching my channel long enough, you should know that. And look, I got a whole thing of cilantro in there, y'all. You know I be loving my cilantro. I gotta have it. Yes, baby. Got to have that cilantro. Okay. Alright, so the Roma tomatoes, like I said, there's like 8 of those in there. I mean, you don't have to make, you can cut the recipe in half, whatever, but every time I make it, I have to make a lot because I'm telling you, it goes so fast. It goes so fast. And it's so much better than the stuff in the jar, but I will tell you that it does not have a lot of preservatives in it, so you gotta eat it within a week. If you don't have a big family, give it away. Take it to work, take it to the bar, take it wherever, you know what I mean? Because I'm telling y'all, it'll be gone. It is so delicious. I couldn't believe it when she just chopped all that stuff up on her break. I was like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, oh, you like it? Okay, watch. I'll show you. And she did, and I couldn't believe it. It was crazy.
Go.
It was crazy. Talking to the dog, girl, I know you ain't in my kitchen.
Get out of the kitchen.
Go on now, get. Crazy dog. She knows better than that. You know why she does that? Because her daddy's home. She don't do that when I'm home. When it's just me and her, she knows better, but daddy lets her get away with it. Yep. All right.
She just loves me.
I know. She loves you. So you saw how I did that, right? I just cut it long ways, and then I cut it one more time like this. Okay. Again.
Filleted it.
Filleted it like a fish, y'all. Yeah.
Filleted, sliced, then diced.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Girl, look, I got me some Tostitos.
Yeah, but I'm about to make some
They
real
the
ones.
scoop kind. 2 for $6 at Dollar General, girl. Shit, you can't go wrong with that.
There could be guys watching too,
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just I'm so used to being with my girlfriends, my bad. Alright, okay, so now with the beef tomato, look, we're going to core it. Super easy. Take that core out. We're going to cut it in half like this. Same thing. And I like to use 2 of the beef tomatoes just because of the juice, and it gives it more, it just gives it some juice, because sometimes they can be kind of dry. And it is early for tomatoes, guys, because generally you should do this in the middle of the summer when the tomatoes are super red and super ripe and there's plenty of them. But I couldn't wait. I just had to have it. I was like, oh my gosh, I need some salsa in my life right now. So, yeah, I just couldn't wait for it. So we're just going to chop. And yes, guys, I know I cut fast, and sometimes I do cut myself. I'm just saying, because I be getting impatient. And I be cutting myself up. And look, I did that too big. That's kind of small, but that's okay. How many times have I cut myself, babe?
Too many.
Yeah. I always do cut myself.
Just a few.
I don't know why I don't use a processor, y'all. I don't. It's like I have this deep-seated freaking hate for them or something. I don't get it. I don't know what the problem is. I just refuse to use them. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like it's too much work. It's easier for me just to do it this way. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it looks so delicious. That grease needs to be turned off or turned down because it's burning. Can you turn that off?
See that. Ah.
It's okay. Just turn it off. It's fine.
We gotta do shit.
Well, you can just tell them how to do it, baby. Alright, so. Alright, guys, here's the fun part.
No.
Alright, so. These are kind of warm. Look at that. Look how easy that juice comes right out of there. Yup. Alright, so. And then if you want to, you can actually like take a spoon and like scrape all the pulp out of there. It's really good. Hey guys, we're back. Okay, so the limes were really small, so they were super hard to juice with our arthritis because we're getting old. But anyway, so we got all the lime juice and the lemon juice in there. And our can opener broke while we were trying to open our tomato paste, so this is going to be fun. Let me get a spoon.
Whoop.
Oh, actually,
Whoop.
sorry.
Whoop.
Weirdo. And, oh, don't forget your cilantro, y'all. I used a whole thing of cilantro. And, generally, this has a lot more juice in it. So, this is kind of dry. I am thinking I'm going to have to add something to it because generally the tomatoes are more juicier. Oops. Seems kind of dry like pico de gallo instead of salsa. So I don't even really know if I'm going to need this tomato paste. But most of the time when you make it, because there's a lot more juice in the lemons and the limes, that it's a little juicier. And so I'll throw the tomato paste in there and it'll make it a perfect consistency. So I don't know.
A little different tonight.
Yeah, it's not really turning out like it's supposed to, but I'll throw a little bit of that in there. And maybe I could add like a, I don't know. Oh wait, you know what? I have lime juice in here, I think. Let me see. Okay, maybe I don't. I thought I did, but I do not. Oh wait.
Yeah, we do.
Lime juice.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, lime juice. I'll try to add a little bit of this, see if I can thin it up a little bit. I don't know, guys. This is weird. It doesn't usually... It usually has a different consistency, but
It might get it eventually.
Yeah, it might.
Once it sits and chills, maybe.
Yeah. Anyway,
knows?
so
Gonna be
put
good.
one thing of tomato paste in it. Like I said, generally it's a little bit thinner. Maybe once I put the salt in there, because it'll break down the acid and whatnot. All right, so that's all the vegetables. We're gonna put some onion powder. And she didn't do this in the break room. This is just something I added. Really, it was like she just cut all this stuff up and chopped it up, and then she just put salt and pepper in it, and she was like, "Yeah, girl, that's it." And I was like, "Okay," and it was amazing. But over the years, I've added stuff to it, but. A bit of pepper, not too much pepper, and a little bit of sugar. The sugar will also break down the tomatoes a little bit and give it a little bit of a sweeter, it's the same thing you do in spaghetti, Not everybody likes sugar in their spaghetti, but I find that when you put sugar in your spaghetti, it breaks down the acid so you don't get heartburn so bad, and it gives the tomatoes a little bit of a sweeter taste. So, you don't want a whole lot, just a tiny little bit. Just enough to give it a tiny little bit of something. I cannot believe this. So thick. Well, it looks good. You want to try it, Zach? Tell me what it needs. Get one of your chips you made over there and give it a shot. It looks so good. Does it need anything?
It's good.
I guess I need to try it.
Yeah. It is a little different though.
Right?
And it's I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's tomatoes or it's good, but it's just a little different than usual.
I didn't put no salt in it.
Not yet.
I forgot salt.
That chip had salt.
Duh. Definitely, that's it.
So.
Yeah, I needed like a lot of salt. What the heck? that was huge.
Green back on.
Alright, now try it.
That chip.
Yeah, I guarantee that's going to make a huge difference.
Okay. Oh, not even paying attention to the camera. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Big difference, huh? So I guess maybe let it sit and let it break down. Let the salt, you know what I mean? Break that down a little bit. We'll add a little bit more lime juice. I'm telling you, you can't add too much lime, y'all. Okay? Lime's amazing. You really can't add too much of it. Not in this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit juicier. A little bit. Yeah, it's breaking down a little bit more. Does it have plenty of salt in it, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Is it good? Alright. I'm going to try it. Alright.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Yeah, girl. Boys. Boys and girls. Alright. Did you turn your grease off, Seth?
No, it's turned back on.
Huh?
It's back on.
It is? It's just on low?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Zach's going to show you guys how to make these chips.
Go
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
Simple. Take your tortilla. Well, it would have been round, you know, at one time.
What kind of tortillas are they, baby?
Corn. Corn tortillas.
White corn or yellow?
I'm not sure. It looks white.
Okay.
You just cut them like a chip size.
Right.
Quarter it. You fry them